And this is the backdrop for our broadcast setting tonight. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. DA, take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much. C.J. McCollum has talked about the bond between the city of Portland and the Blazers team. He said the connection comes in part because we're isolated in the Pacific Northwest, far from the rest of the world. Basketball's the only major sport, so the city's poured its heart and soul into this team. Well, Blazer fandom has certainly been part of Rip City's DNA for a very long time. Kevin?
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. We've got Brown. Aladon is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Bradley, and it's Horde in at the small forward. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony, and it's Covington in at the 3. Greg, too early to start talking about MVP for this year or mid-season?
You know, we've gotten to a point now where we start talking MVP at the start of the season. You know,
yeah, right.
People just love to talk sports at this point, especially when it comes to the most prestigious individual awards out there. I think you can make a case and sway some opinions with your play this time of year, but I like to let it all play out before I start focusing on that.
Things can change in a hurry, can't they, in a season?
Yes, they can.
Like you say, let it play out.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. So you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Lillard. Over Maladon. Horde grabs the board. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champs. Good D by McCollum. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Another shot. Anthony trying to get open. Nurkic the pass to Carmelo, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's coming off a 28-point game against Minnesota. And it's Brown missing. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Lakers.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
That's just the communication and the energy. It just seemed non-existent on defense, and that can't happen, not at this level.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Bradley kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. A couple years ago, after making All-Rookie second team, we knew Gilgeous-Alexander was good. But Greg, last season, he went from good to great.
I mean, how about almost doubling his scoring average? Became a tremendous rebounder out of the backcourt. He gives you assists and picks up steals as well. Once he gains more strength, this guy could be a perennial all-star.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And the effort level of Gilgeous-Alexander drew rave reviews from his college coach as the hardest worker and most coachable player on the team.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up, but I know you were doing your thing, but you would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Back to Lillard. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 6. Elbow shot is on the way. And he overshot that one, missing. And it's Bradley with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 4-point game. Last time against the Trailblazers, they lost in Portland.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
They had a hard time taking the lid off the basket. Their offense just looked flat.
Three-pointer, Lillard, nailed from three-point land.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Brown outside. Knocked away and stolen by Lillard. Pulls up on the wing. And it's Lillard again missing.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nurkic with the block.
A defensive anchor. I mean, you got to admire how Nurkic uses his wingspan to turn shots back.
Al Horford is checked in for the Thunder. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Lillard dishes to McCollum. And here's Covington from the arc. Hands it from downtown. Covington's got 6.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor, just in total control so far.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Thunder. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
It's good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
So it's Portland now. Here's McCollum. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Lakers. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Now, here's Melodon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And there's Lillard on the assist by McCollum.
Well, that'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate, McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Melodon with the bucket.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Here is Lillard. 20 points for him last game against the Lakers. Outside Anthony. Lillard up top. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Takes it out to Covington. But they recover it. They shoot again. Here's Nurkic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You can't jump at the pump fake. Nurkic is too skilled at getting defenders up in the air.
The Trailblazers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And both free throws good for Nurkic. Thunder trailing by 12. Now here's Melodon. Pass to Horford. To the middle. Oh!
Oh, man, the awareness and the IQ of Horford looks so adept at getting the ball to his open teammates.
And here are the Trailblazers. They're on a 19-7 run. That's a 2 from Lillard. It's hauled in by Brown.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
Now here's Melodon. Covered by Lillard. To the wing right side. They get a hand on it. Covington with it. 6 points for him. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got it back down to within single digits for the Thunder. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Lillard outside. Here's McCollum. That one doesn't drop. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, they couldn't do any better than a shooting percentage in the low 30s on that night, guys. And that's pretty much a death sentence.
Well, it all starts with ball movement. When your percentage is that low, you know you're not moving it well enough. You're not getting your guys open shots.
Trailblazers leading by 6. Now Lillard. He has 5. Kicks it out to McCollum. Shot clock at 5. The shot. Outside Covington. Here's Nurkic. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Here's Hollis Jefferson. The Thunder making the shot. And it's Lillard missing.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
And this is Gilgeous-Alexander's responsibility to find his guys when they're open.
Trailblazers leading by 4. Powell, the pass to Canner. Lillard against Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Lillard missing.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Beasley, good. And for Portland, they're shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. Powell kicks to Lillard. Count the basket.
Leonard is as tough as there is to contain in the pick and roll. He does a nice job of using the screen to get a little bit of separation.
To the inside, Horford. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Enes Kanter.
And Al Horford, the 5-time All-Star, very much a leader on this team with his success in the league.
Yeah, Horford has always been a guy that passes the eye test. The numbers don't jump out, but he plays winning basketball. Great head for the game. Knows how to complement other stars.
And he knocks down the first one.
and earning more and more recognition for all the things he does. Horford's finally gone from underrated to appreciated.
And Al Horford drops them both. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. From deep three-point range, the long distance three is buried. Lillard's got 10 points.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 13. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
Two very easy points right here. Portland leading by 3. Powell, the pass to Canner. Pass to Lillard. And stolen by Horford. There's the pass to Bazley. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Damian Lillard. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many players in the league who are going to sport a much better percentage.
First one falls for him. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here is Lillard. 10 points for him. Kicks to Powell. Giles, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Lillard. Shoots. Again, the Trailblazers score.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Powell. And Gilgeous-Alexander.
Good. Did you see that? And even if Gilgeous-Alexander isn't the fastest guy out there, he stays in balance. It helps him to be effective on his drives.
And here are the Trailblazers now. The Thunder making the shot. Lillard surveying the D. Fades. Dort grabs the miss.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Horford kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. Here's Dort. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Dort's got his second basket of the game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Portland trailing here. Lillard dishes to Cantor. Back to Lillard. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Lillard's got 14.
All night long, Lillard has been taking over on the offensive end. I mean, adjusting to every defense they've thrown at him.
Powell against Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target at the rim. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Giles. Williams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And for Portland, they're shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. Lillard, the pass to Powell. Fires the three. And it's Lillard missing. And 1:01 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Bazley. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Lillard is such a crafty finisher. Even when he takes a pounding, he sticks with it.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Lillard.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Portland. The Thunder shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
First free throw is good. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. Portland leading. Lillard, right side. Yep, that one goes. Lillard's got 19 points.
This quarter expending tremendous energy at the offensive end, and he's not slowing down. He's still calling for it.
Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Clock at 6. Here's Muscala, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Jones kicks to Lillard. From past the arc, gets the three-pointer to fall. And now a 7-point Trailblazer lead.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Trailblazers lead by 7. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he stays so grounded despite all of his individual success.
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from a tough place. Didn't get recruited in high school. I went to a small college, so I just come from something different than somebody that might have been 8th grade #1 prospect and getting recruited by every school in the country in the 9th grade where they might be a little bit more entitled.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
Oh, at the defense.
Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
Woo. And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Powell dishes to Lillard. Jones the pass to Lillard. A floater, and that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists tonight.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Lillard, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Lillard against Gilgeous-Alexander. And the basket by Lillard.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Inside, here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Powell kicks to Cantor. The dish to Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lillard's got 6 points in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Dort. Down low. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Portland leading by 7. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Anthony comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Robert Covington's checked in for Derek Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Now here's Melodon. He's guarded by McCollum. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than acceptable.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Now here's Powell. He's tightly guarded. Back to McCollum. Fires the 3. And the Trailblazers another 3.
Well, he's a volume 3-point shooter. McCollum looks to take this shot often for this very reason.
Now here's Melodon.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Count it. Powell's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Pass to Brown. Here's Melodon. Back to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. McCollum passes to Powell. Back to McCollum. And the pass to Carmelo. Outside Covington. Powell, no one around him. Trailblazers keep it alive.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Powell against Bradley. Passes it to Melodon. Now here's Bradley. Guarded closer.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Powell for 3. No good that time.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup, that'll get the whole team pumped up.
With his first shot attempt to end the drought. Good D by Covington.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy layup.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Horford's checked in. Trailblazers leading by 13. Lets a floater go. McCollum no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Here's Horde. Great D that time from Nurkic. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul. The Trailblazers have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. To the middle. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
And here is Maladon. Here's Williams. Nurkic with the steal.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Giles is checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Baisley's checked in. Powell kicks to Covington. Pass to Nurkic. 6 to shoot. Here's McCollum. They get the rebound. Thunder trailing by 15. To the inside. Here's Horford. And it's good off the glass.
Oh, with the power behind Horford's movement, it's terrific. It takes him right through the contact for a big finish.
McCollum with the ball. He has 7. Pass to Powell. Now here's Covington. Now Powell. And this next draft, Chris, expected to be the last year of the one and done rule. Do you approve of the league once again letting high schoolers be drafted?
Well, yeah, I think if we're finally catching back up with the world, if a man can do the various things that you could do after turning 18, why wouldn't you be allowed to go to a job and make money for your family? So, yeah, I definitely think it's the right thing to do.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter. +8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Great open look there. Covington's got 9.
You can't be too far off Covington. He's skilled at sizing up the defense and firing once he gets it.
Here's Maladon. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Thunder have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. And the first one drops.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Powell. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers. The pass to Nurkic. And that one drops for him. Nurkic has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Oh, the closer Nurkic is to the basket, the more dangerous he is. A solid interior scorer.
Passes to Brown. Here's Horde. Now the feed to Horford. Puts up a 3. And it's Horde missing. Trailblazers leading by 16. And here's McCollum for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Love the game of McCollum. Not just great at dribbling the ball, but terrific at pulling up on the defense.
Here's Maladon. And that one's good. His 2nd basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Well, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Portland's gone for the 3-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times.
I got him.
McCollum outside. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
His field goal percentage is creeping up there now. I mean, it wasn't pretty in the first quarter.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. Thunder trailing by 19. Pass to Horford. Nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Dort. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. The Thunder have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. No good on that one. He hits the second from the line. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That will complete this four-game homestand. They get it again. Nurkic, the pass to Giles. Just 5 on the clock. That one off the back iron and out. Thunder trailing by 18. Here's Maledon. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
No, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
Portland with the ball. Cullen passes to Nurkic. Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's Bazley with the rebound.
He's got 9 points on three-pointers in the first quarter, but still looking for his first three of the second.
Nurkic with the steal. McCollum finds Covington. Back to McCollum. Pass to Nurkic. Outside, Covington. No good on the three.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Trailblazers leading by 14. Lillard way outside. That one no good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Here's Bazley. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Robert Covington picks one up.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Greggy, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in, is their defensive approach. Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Lillard from outside. Rebound by Muscala. Thunder trailing by 13. A minute 20 left to play here in the second quarter. Maledon passes to Muscala. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Nurkic. We've got 1:13 left in the first half. McCollum left side. Knocks down the step back J. McCollum's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, that's why he's hot. He's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why they're going to him with such consistency.
Here's Horford. Almost, but it rolls out.
For a player who's almost a sure thing to score in tight, that one's a stunner.
They grab their own miss. Hollis Jefferson lets it go from deep. He doesn't hit that one. Thunder trailing by 12. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Damian Lillard. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line. And he makes the first. And Portland making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Then for the Thunder, Tony Bradley comes in for Mike Muscala. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Maledon. He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. 16 seconds left now here in the second. Five to shoot. Releases. Goes back up. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Now, that's the way you want to end the quarter, with the momentum on your side.
And so it's Portland up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Carmelo, I know in this system communication is key. How did that impact tonight's game?
It's working right now. We got to fine-tune some things out there in the game, a couple minor mistakes, but we'll be all right. I feel good about tonight.
Yes, you guys were definitely in the flow. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 28 points. Dame Lillard, a player who's improved every year he's been in the league. Guys, as he gets into his 30s, can Lillard be even better than he is now?
His shooting won't go away. That's going to be consistent, correct? That's what I think. He's already changed his game to be a sniper. Not really a driver like he used to be. Yeah, I think he'd be great.
No, his quickness might fade, but yes, he's a crafty scorer. I can see him playing at this level for a long time.
Didn't he have 60 last year in a game? I mean, 61.
Yeah,
61.
61. Yeah. Versus Golden State.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Portland leading by 12. We've got Anthony. C.J. McCollum out there with Jones. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in its center. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
Gotta love the aggressiveness of McCullough. He doesn't back down from the defense, embraces getting hit while shooting.
The Trailblazers have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. The first one falls. Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. He hits both from the strike.
You know, if you got game, you got game. And we're starting to see more players come from small schools and go on to become special talents like McCullough. You don't see it too often, but it's definitely start to happen. Shows you what happens when you put in the work.
Here's Melodon, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum. He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, good for Melodon. Both shots good from the strike. Portland leading by 12. Anthony in the corner. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 7 rebounds in the game. Now here's Melodon, defended by Covington. Covington with the steal, and Theo Melodon picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Trailblazers shooting from the field, 44%, not bad.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And the basket by McCollum.
What a dead-eye McCullum is from that range. Such a tremendous feel for the mid-range jumper.
And the shot goes down. Melodon's got 13.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Lillard dishes to McCollum, and here's Covington from the arc. That one's not going to go. And the Thunder going the other way now. And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Thunder with the rebound. Brown's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Melodon passes to Bradley. Brown inside. He's guarded by McCollum. Brown, good.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
McCollum against Gilgeous-Alexander. Anthony left side. Offensive rebound. Takes it out to Covington. Fires for 3. Traps in the tray. He's got 12.
Stretching the floor with his outside shot. Covington, a true marksman who doesn't lack confidence.
Melodon passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them. And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And there's the pass to Nurkic. He dishes it to Lillard. Nobody near Nurkic. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Now, here's Melodon. Defense is right there, and it's Bradley on the follow. Bradley's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Thunder.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Nurkic with it, now guarded by Bradley. Here's McCollum. The Thunder pull it in. Bradley's got his 4th rebound in this one. Passes it to Melodon. The kick out to Brown. Pass to Hoare. Shot clock at 6. Back to Brown. And it's Tony Bradley with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Powell, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Williams, he's checked in for Melodon. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. They have a 9-point lead. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. Take a look at the Hawks. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And I look at Oklahoma City. They've started out slow. It's not for a lack of want to. It's just the way the roster is composed. They have as many questions on that roster as they have answers.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Lillard bounce pass. Now here's Powell. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Pass to Lillard. This one for 3. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
Well, you look at Nurkic. He's pulled in a lot of votes. Nearly enough, in fact, to break into the top 10 in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and probably wishing he was a little higher on that list, but there's just too many other guys also having fantastic seasons.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. Going to be a fantastic weekend. The pass to Hoare. To the paint. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Brown. And it's in there. Brown's got 4 points this quarter.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Outside, Covington. Lillard finds Powell. Back to Lillard. And it's blocked by Brown. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Doesn't have to break stride at all, thanks to the money lead pass.
Trailblazers leading by 6. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Outside, Covington. Back to Nurkic. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Powell with it, picked up by Brown. Anthony nowhere around. But they'll get another chance.
Yeah, just nice hustle there. That work gets them the extra possession.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Now we'll check across the NBA the best shooters from the stripe. 4th, Damian Lillard.
I mean, he's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Giles comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Robert Covington. That one misses. Portland leading by 5. And here is Powell. Passes it to Lillard. Portland no good that time either.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Horford double team. Pass to Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Lillard picks him up. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. 3-on-3. Powell down low, working on Horford. Now here's Powell, guarded by Horford. Powell kicks to Giles. A three-pointer, no good. Thunder trailing by 5. Inside, here's Dort. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance.
And look at how quickly Lillard leaps out of transition. He wants to run down the throw to the D, burn him in the open floor.
The Thunder have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Here's Dort, guarded by Powell. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Lillard comes with the double team, and the shot is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And you know what? He's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Pass to Giles. Lillard with it, and it's Horford picking him up. Cantor against Brown. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Jones is checked in. Mike Muscala is checked in for Oklahoma City. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Thunder trailing by 5. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Muscala. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists tonight. Portland's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Now Powell. On the wing, Jones. He kicks it to Lillard. On deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 33.
It's been a clinical performance. He's played a huge role and has them in position to grab the W.
Dort passes to Horford. Here's Muscala. 8 points for him. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 32 points. Trailblazers leading by 3. Now, here's Lillard. Good on the bucket.
And whether he's creating for himself or spotting up, Lillard's jumper is whizzing.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. And it's blocked. Lillard outside. They get it back. Hollis Jefferson. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
This is why his teammates respect him. The hustle, the energy. You gotta love it.
The Trailblazers have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. Here's Dort. He has 5. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 4 rebounds in this game. A 3 from McCollum. Good on the triple. McCollum's got 7 points here in this quarter.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks. He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
Portland moving the ball. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
For Portland, they have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now defended by McCollum. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
One shot.
.151 left in the third. Powell, the pass to Jones. McCollum against Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires, high post. No good on the shot. And the Thunder going the other way now. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Baisley passes to Muscala. Here's Dort, guarded by Powell. 6 on the shot clock. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Shoot 2.
The first free throw is good. Paladon's checked in for Oklahoma City. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. .115 left in the third. Powell dishes to McCollum. Jones kicks to McCollum. Over Maladon. Portland again missing. Thunder trailing by 7. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. 56 seconds left to play here in the third. McCollum outside. Now the pass to Cantor. Over Horford. Cantor's shot is off. The Thunder shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Here's Maladon. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on C.J. McCollum. He's been punishing them at the line in this one, going 7 of 8. And he sinks the second. And so here's Portland. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Jones looking for an opening. Powell for 3. But they recover it.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
His bad night from the field is only going to get worse if he keeps throwing up shots like that.
Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. The layup off target. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. It's the Trailblazers leading by 4. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So the Thunder 5 right now. Aladon is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Mike Muscala. Then there's Horford. And it's Horde in at the 3. And here's McCollum. Passes it to Powell. It's McCollum with the drive. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Here's Horde. Off target from the baseline. Powell for 3, and that comes off the assist by Jones. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Aladon passes to Horford. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
He's only getting more energy as the game goes along. An incredible second half.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Gilgeous-Alexander against Powell. Dishes it to McCollum. Jones in the post. Tipped away. Here's the break. Here's Horde. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. First free throw is good for the Trailblazers. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. And it's Damian Lillard in for Norman Powell. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Bradley's checked in. He hits both from the stripe. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Gilgeous-Alexander against McCollum. That's a 2 from Lillard, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Thunder trailing by 3. Here's Horde. To the inside. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Lillard with no one around. Good on the three-point shot. Lillard's got 38 points.
There's never going to be hesitation from Lillard on his catch-and-shoot opportunities. His confidence through the roof on those.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McCollum. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Covington wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Now it's a 6-point Trailblazer lead. Here's Aladon. Good work defensively by Lillard. Portland's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here's McCollum. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Brown is checked in for Oklahoma City. Nurkic with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Covington with the ball.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw.
Good sign that he's getting to the line a lot here in the second half, putting pressure on the D.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Outside Covington. And another three for Portland.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
The basket looks as big as the ocean right now. I mean, that's how easy he's making it look.
And this young man, a rising scorer who continues to improve. Gilgeous-Alexander may soon be the focal point of every opponent's scouting report.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. It's a 10-point game. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. From deep. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 5th assist in this one. Thunder trailing by 13. Here's Maledon. Rebound by Nurkic.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McCollum. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go.
He's just not going to give up. I mean, if he has to do it all by himself, that's what he's going to do.
And Portland with the ball. They're on a 17-5 run here. Now Lillard. It's Covington on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander against McCollum. Takes it out to Covington. Feeds to Nurkic. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Maledon. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
As hot as he's been, it still has to be him who leads the charge and helps turn this game around.
Now here's McCollum.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. Then on Sunday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Sacramento Kings.
And Kevin, things could get ugly for this team during this road stretch. They just haven't had the same focus nor execution that we've seen from them when they're at home.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. Trailblazers leading by 11. And here's McCollum. Down low. Here's Covington. And it's blocked by Brown. And he gets it back. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Look, they can't leave him alone for a second on the perimeter. Not the way he's shooting the 3 tonight.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Oklahoma City's coach had some advice for the team during the last break. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Lillard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You better keep him out of the paint.
Pass to Hort. Outside Bradley. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now he's going to be walking a tight line. I mean, one more foul, his night is a wrap.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. McCollum with the ball. Pass to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. A baseline J. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Heating up like a microwave. Once McCollum gets a few to fall, you know he's a winner.
Sweet move. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Bradley.
He's really turned it around here in the second half. I mean, his offense has returned.
Lillard from outside. He's off on that one. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. That one falls. Anthony's got 4 points this quarter.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the three spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Brown outside. To the middle. Here's Bradley. And finished off by Brown.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Here's McCollum. Goes up on the wing, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. McCollum's got 15 points in just the second half. Here's Maledon. Good work defensively by Anthony. Trailblazers leading by 13. Here's McCollum. And McCollum with the slam.
Well, McCollum, he's a threat in transition. He excels in leaking out, and then he knows where to run in the open floor.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. McCollum, and so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. The first one falls. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. Now Anthony. Lillard outside. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champs.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Yeah, sure. I mean, when you take care of the backboard, you can limit teams to 1 shot. That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about fear.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Count it, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 53.
Oh, he's been dominant this quarter. I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Here's Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. From 7, it's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Bradley's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with a chance to win. Yeah, easy call.
So for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Jones. And the first one drops. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Portland leading by 11. Kicks it to Lillard.
Lillard is a highly skilled scorer. He feels comfortable pulling the trigger from anywhere.
Well, Thunder have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The pass to Maledon. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. He feeds it to Bradley. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 assists now tonight. Here is Lillard. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Brown, good.
No, look, and the D will give it to you. That's where you want your shots coming from. Arm's length from the bucket.
.149 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now, here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. Makes it off the glass. Lillard's got 49 points in the game.
And look at that. The touch of Lillard inside. So impressive. He's terrific at generating points.
Maledon passes to Gilgeous-Alexander.
And a hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one. Here's Lillard. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
We've got 1:18 left in the fourth. He kicks to Nurkic. Pass to Simons. To the inside. Just 5 to shoot. Good. He hits again. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. Off on the layup. Trailblazers leading by 11.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Trailblazers.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And this will be their third win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Damian Lillard.
He was everywhere defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
A different look now for Portland. Zach Collins comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Little in for Yusuf Nurkic. And the Thunder with some changes.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Lillard with the bucket.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they wanted.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. And did we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. You know, we got a little more physical. You know, we did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.